My loves. Oh, I'm getting on right on time confirmation with all those horn talking. So, yeah, and my music was just playing. I think since I went live, it turned it off. Hold on, y'all. I have to try to be careful how I touch this phone because I have it sitting up somewhere crazy. Hold on. All right, y'all. You know, I gotta have some tunes in the background. So, listen, I just posted earlier, like the live I did on Facebook. Welcome, of course, it's Isis Sol De Luz. You're joining me here live on YouTube. You may end up seeing this later, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Whether you're seeing this morning, afternoon, or night, trust me, you're meant to be seeing it. You know, don't miss out on the motivation, the love, and of course, the advice. So listen, y'all. Earlier, I did a quick PSA with y'all, and I did upload it to YouTube. It's currently on my page now. It says like PSA emergency broadcast. We're having another little intermediate emergency broadcast, but I am going to be, like I told y'all, activating my live powers more so on YouTube. So I am doing that with you guys here. So we're just doing a brief live while I'm waiting on my kid for parent pickup. But I want y'all to understand, and plus, like, here was playing. Have you ever been to San Tropez and seen a brother playing Mandalay? Okay, so maybe y'all have a Diddy bopping ex, you know, possibly an abusive ex, from collective masculine, divine feminine, right? You could have needed somebody and they were not there for you. I just heard, because I didn't even want to say you needed them. I wanted to say now they feel like they need you, but maybe you were put in a predicament where you needed them, and they showed their whole entire ass, and now they have the nerve. Wanna truly understand how to treat a man. They saying you what I need, especially divine feminine. Take the rose how it resonates, you know. So divine feminine, divine masculine is the energy. There's no definitive gender, so to speak, in tarot. So in your 3D land of your world right now, divine chosen collective. This could go for divine masculine. You have an ex that's like, man, I didn't treat you right. I didn't do what I needed to do. You know, because females fuck up too. I'm not of the bias because I have a vagina that women don't make mistakes. We make plenty of mistakes. I have had karmic moments in my life. I've had karmic errors in my life. That's why I am here. Able to give guidance on such matters at times. Some of those karmic thrills, I wanted to say something else, but some of the cheap thrills, okay, the karmics do. I've never boogied down with, but you know, we've all had a time in our life where we haven't confirmation haven't been perfect. They don't want me talking about this. But here's the thing. This is where your choice as the collective comes in. Just because you were in love with someone, right? And I'm speaking specifically to romanticized, and I just heard platonic relationships. So you can be in love with your best friends, you can be in love with your family, you can be in love with yourself. And I feel like the divine chosen masculine and feminine, divine chosen masculine and feminine rising, you guys have kind of become very aware of that, and you are more self affluent, I want to say, you know, like you are self focused, you're a self starter, you're motivated. And of course, like, yeah, the past, if you look back at it too long, maybe it does hurt, right? Why wouldn't it hurt a human, right, that has feelings that are regulated correctly for somebody to, you know, quote unquote, pull shiesty you, you know what I'm saying? And now guys like, well, don't even worry about a collective because we're going to get it back in blood. But I get it, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that God brought me all this way to just bring me all this way. Like, there was definitely times where I was crying up in a closet, crying in the corner of the bathroom, crying, wondering why. Like, I'm doing the right stuff. Why would anybody mistreat me, right? That's not even a question you need to be asking yourself. Okay? Learn from experience. Sometimes experience can be the best teacher. Sometimes somebody else telling you so you don't have to go through it 2, 3, 5, 6 times, you know, 50 million, 7, 11 times. Is beneficial as well, right? Um, when you're a good person and you love, I think that in most of your relationships that you feel intertwined or connected to somebody, whether it's physically, romantically, sexually, or platonically, you know, if you guys are anything like me, which I'm sure there's a lot of you guys who we share similar experiences or share similar feelings, being a good person sometimes is really shitty, right? Like, you don't get the best end of the stick. Because sometimes doing the right thing and doing what you feel is right because you genuinely care about somebody, where the hurt comes in is when they don't reciprocate it, right? They don't care to do it back. And then it's like a constant struggle of explaining to this person you know, because they're a narcissist or they're acting illiterate emotionally or they're just like gaslighting you, like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I mean, but here's the thing. People always give you signs and clues when they about to act a fool. So all you have to do is make sure you're honing in on your discernment. If somebody pulled the wool over your eyes once, two, three, four, 5 times, don't be ashamed that it took the fifth or sixth time. Have pride in the fact that you walked away and you know you're never gonna fucking deal with that shit again, right? And don't let nobody shame you from your past and make you feel embarrassed or shameful or insignificant when they come back around, because the karmics always circling the block because they want hot shit. And of course, with the divine collective, that's where all the hot shit is. So they gonna come back around. And they knew you was fly shit back then. They just didn't want to admit it because then that would have made them feel jealous, them feel lesser than, and or like whatever fucking retard ass reasons. We don't even need to worry about the reasons that is. God said fuck the reasons. The facts of the case are, like, we in court right now. The facts of the case is that you was a good person, collective, and some of these people in your previous life, your previous era, because that's what I'm gonna call it, because I feel like a lot of us have skipped that timeline. Or this message definitely goes out to people who are fighting the urge to double back to insane motherfuckers who mistreated you for no motherfucking reason. Like, we all have arguments, we all have disputes, we all have times where we weren't our best selves having a conversation with somebody. But I'm not talking about those times. I'm talking about where somebody went out their way, knew, premeditated, or in that moment decided they wasn't going to be cool with you, they wasn't going to have your back, they wasn't going to be your friend, they was going to let people lie on you in front of them, they was going to fuck your friends, they was going to lie to your friends, they was going to try to get you fired, they was going to try to stop your money, they wasn't going to pay you child support, and they, all of that was done whether they know it or not, because they're fucking flying idiots. It's because they're so jealous that they had to make you feel low level. Because, and this is what happens a lot of time with beautiful ass bitches, and I hate seeing this shit, but you'll see some real ass men talking about it, black, white, or indifferent. When you a beautiful woman, especially, you know, a beautiful black woman, it's not something we want to push. And some, like me, I don't like bringing up the negative components of our culture. I mean, I'm sure this happens in lots of different brown cultures and lots of different places. You know, women on women hate is a pivotal thing, it's a big thing, whether you're black, white, or whatever. But to be a beautiful black woman and you just get attention. A man may, you know, be appealed to you. You may have a nice body and you know, it's natural. You work on it, whatever. Like, I'll just use myself as an example for real. I've, you know, come a long way. I've had a lot of things happen in my life, good, bad, or indifferent. I was abused as a child. I was abused in some of my very critical, serious relationships as an adult. I was put down about my looks, and thinking back on it, I just be like, girl, you silly rabbit. How did you ever let that nigga that's barely a 6 tell you that you wasn't as attractive as a bitch because she had a makeshift ass, but she was a 2 in the face? Like, he had to fuck her from behind. How would I ever have let a nigga like that, or a nigga that, like, nigga, you only look good because I'm actually standing next to you? Like, when you think back on this shit, collective, men or women, you look back and be like, yo, I was actually the dumb one. Like, for that moment, you can laugh at yourself and be like, ain't no shame in that. Yo, I was dumb because I let your fucking ugly, retarded, immoral, retarded, lying, fugazi, fake, whack, so insecure, gotta put me down to feel better about your motherfucking self ass. I let your fucking flagrant retarded ass make me feel bad about myself. It's like, damn, did I have a moment of complete legitimate insanity? Did I forget that God has favor on me? Did I forget that I'm chosen and favored? Did I forget that God spent extra days and hours and times and probably months and weeks putting me together? How could I forget that? I mean, look in the mirror. And they want you to feel bad about that. I'm not saying go outside and be an arrogant motherfucker. Oh, look at what God did. You know, even if God did that shit, right? I'm a beautiful woman. I'm very stunning. I have a great, beautiful body. I have a charismatic personality. I'm a smart girl. I'm never going to turn that down or dim my light or tame myself when I walk into a room. Unless it's like, you know, a professional setting and you out here getting money. And I'm not going to compromise myself in that setting. I'm not going to not be myself, but I will tone it down to get that paper. But we all know about that 9 to 5 work. We've all had to code switch. And code switching ain't being fugazi. Code switching is knowing survival, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. Long story short, story even longer to say. Don't you ever let no motherfucking body look you in your face or say in your ear, whatever the communication style may be, that you ain't what the fuck you know you are. You are confirmation. You are exactly what you know you are. You are what God knows you are. And I don't care if you were fat as a kid, you were too skinny, you were light skinned, dark skin confirmation, you had alopecia. I just heard you felt put down, you were bullied. Listen. I was always one of the sweetest, nicest, smartest, most beautiful kids. I was a little eccentric. I'm still eccentric now. I don't fucking mind that shit. I love that. I love that I'm fucking weird. I don't care. I wouldn't want to be the same as y'all motherfuckers. I'll tell you that. If that's the standard of judgment, like be the same as you motherfuckers, I'm so glad to be different. I am so thankful to God I'm different. I'm so grateful I have a different outlook on life because y'all's POV is trash. Like anybody, and I hope y'all implore this lesson on your kids too, because kids are the future. Like, don't, while I'm sitting here at parent pickup, don't act like it's cool for your motherfucking kid to be a bully. Maybe you was the bully in school and now you carry that same energy around your crib. Okay. You need to work that out with a motherfucking therapist, boo-boo. You don't need to be exuding that energy around your house and then getting mad when teachers call your fucking ass and be like your son or your daughter was bullying people or acting a rabbit ass fool in school. And then you mad at the teacher. You cussing out the teacher and shit. Like, all of that shit is wrong. Be mad at yourself that you didn't raise your child in an adequate fashion, that they know how to take care and treat people in a decent human way that shows that they were raised by a quality individual. And then don't go get mad at your kids like, oh, you showing your 11:33. Don't get mad at your on the timer. Don't get mad at your kids talking about, oh, you making me look bad because you showing your ass. No, bitch, you make yourself look bad by not affording your child more opportunities to learn how to be a better motherfucking person. Like, some of these motherfucking karmic, stupid ass bitches and niggas be having some trifling ass motherfucking kids, and then still be like, oh, well, just world, take the trifling energy. No, go fucking kill yourself. Like, if you can't raise your child properly because you weren't raised properly, the least you could do for a blessing that God gave you is learn how to raise that child right. Y'all dingy ass fucking cunt dumpster whores need to understand that ain't nothing you say, no gossip, no nothing, and stopping no show from me or the Divine Chosen Collective. You saying whatever you saying don't stop us from looking good. Don't stop us from dressing fly. You doing job sabotage don't stop no bitch from getting money. Y'all motherfuckers trying to prey on people downfall, don't make bad things happen. All it do is ricochet, bounce off us, and stick to y'all. But most of y'all karmics is so fucking low vibrational, combined with a low level IQ, combined with a high level of audacity that must be free in the gutter butt streets the way y'all buying it up. Okay, it's just like, get a fucking life already. Some of y'all got gang stalkers out there, or previously had gang stalkers, that they can't even gang stalk y'all no more because they worried about if they facing homelessness. Meanwhile, they outside talking about what your kids got on or don't got on or what you doing or not doing. And they not even feeding their kids with food in the house because they too busy doing their drugs and coke in the motherfucker back. Karmics don't want to talk about that. You posted all those pictures for 5 minutes where you pose with your kids real quick. Oh, I cooked dinner, babe. Take a picture so people think I'm a reputable bitch. And then your motherfucker nut ass in the back, throwing back Colt 45s, drinking Henny and shit, and motherfucking sniffing lines and shit just to stay awake. Not even asking your kids if they had motherfucking homework. Some of y'all ditzy bitches and niggas need to go fuck off somewhere and stop worrying about what the fuck the divine doing and learn how to get divine your motherfucker self. PSA. PSA.